Okay, what's good, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber back at it again, guys, with another Spawn review. And today we are going to be taking a look at this little creature right here. We're going to be taking a look at Spellcaster, and he looks pretty awesome, guys. Now, as some of you guys may know, yes, I am a big Spawn collector. This figure right here, I passed on many times, man. I've seen him here and there in comic book stores and so many places, and I passed on him so many times. And finally, I decided to pick him up simply because he is part of one of my favorite series, Series 11, The Dark Ages. And all these figures I've been satisfied with. I've reviewed the Org, the Raider, the Horrid, Skull Queen. I do have that Black Knight unpackaged and packaged, and it's a very, very cool figure. I will be reviewing that figure soon. And this series is such a good series, I figure I might as well pick up the Spellcaster to finish out this series because I don't think he'll disappoint. Being that it is such a good series, like I said, I don't think this Spellcaster is going to disappoint at all. So guys, we're going to go ahead and pop this figure open. I'm going to let you know if he's worth the buy. Like I said, I got him for a pretty good price. Probably could have got him a little bit cheaper, but what I paid for him wasn't that bad, and he looks pretty interesting. I love what's going on right here. He's kind of got like a dragon thing coming out of his shoulder, his left shoulder, and he's got like a little demon skull right here, and he's got some cool weaponry. And this, I don't know what this thing is right here, so we're going to have to take a look. So, we're going to take a look at the Spellcaster from Spawn the Dark Ages, and this was from 98, I believe. Yep, 1998. Let's see, what does he have going on here? See, left hand holds weapon as shown. Okay, so that's a weapon. To remove creature's jaw up and down, pull and push on horn with your fingers. Okay, there's this little buddy. I guess he holds onto one of his wings. I don't know how well you guys can see that. And then minion can hold on and hang on from Spellcaster's wing. Okay, so let's check out Spellcaster. This is a 20-year-old figure, guys, so we have a vintage review right here. And he does have some twisty ties on him, but these don't look that bad compared to some other twisty ties. We know who we're talking about. Marvel Select, you and your crazy twisty ties, man. And these don't look too bad, like I said. And we'll just untwist these. And there you have it. So let's pop out Spellcaster. And let's see how he looks. Try to be gentle as possible. Here is Spellcaster. Let's try to get him in a little bit better light over here. Very, very nice figure, man. And you got to be gentle with these Spawn figures, especially if they're over 20 years old, because they are known to break. Yeah, pretty awesome figure, man. Look at his feet. I don't know what's going on here. He's got like a dragon inside his foot, man. Let's see his tail and see the two little small feet right here. And then it's supposed to bend. He has a break here at the knee, and that bends. It looks like there was a dragon that was trying to go up his leg, and it looks like it got stuck. There's his knee, very fragile. Just a knee break. This is a 90s figure, but it has... Spawn always has like weird articulation, you know. It doesn't have the best articulation, but it always has like weird articulation. There's his hand. There's his dragon. It's not articulated, but the jaw does move up and down. Look at that. So the jaw on his shoulder is articulated. Oh, I see what's going on here. I wasn't even paying attention. There is this. Here's the dragon's head right here on the shoulder, right? And there is his claws. So he's got like two hands right here. This is the Spellcaster's hand. This is the dragon's hand, or the claw right here. And then you go down through his leg, and then there's the dragon's tail right here at his leg, and there's his two little legs. So the dragon is in his leg, inside his leg, going up, and then there's the dragon's head. That's where the dragon heads pop out at. Wow, man, you definitely had to put some thought into this figure. And there's the back of him. So yeah, you can actually see there's a bit of his spinal cord, and it goes up through here, and that's why his arm is off, because you got the little dragon thing that's popping out of his shoulder chest area. That is really, really unique, man. Whoever thought of that definitely has a crazy imagination. And I like how his arm is up here, and then you got the dragon's little arm that kind of acts as his arm. So they're kind of two in one. I guess that's the spellcaster. I guess he had to put on the wrong spell or something, and then he's got this dragon inside of him. You know what? Before we... Let me... It's going to be a pain in the butt trying to stand this guy. Let me bring... Hold on a minute. Let me put the spellcaster right here. Let me bring the camera down a little bit right here so you can guys get a better view of him. Let me put this together because he's got some wings going on. And then when I put them together, guys, I'm going to read up a story on the spellcaster because I'm not really too familiar with the spellcaster. So I'm guessing these wings... No, this one has to go right here. Or no, this one goes right here. And they just kind of peg in like like that. And this kind of pegs in like that. Huh, that's pretty cool, man. I have to bring my camera down a little bit more because he's not a big figure. Set my camera right there. And then let me break out the rest of his stuff. Let me break out his little buddy over here. So here's his little buddy and his little articulated buddy. So the only thing that's articulated on him is his arms. And I guess you kind of hang him from here. Right there. He kind of hangs on right there, I guess. That was shown in the picture, so. And then we'll break this out. You can definitely tell McFarlane was just way ahead of his time, man. Because this is a figure that's 20 years old. And they don't make... Nobody was making figures like this 20 years ago. I always find something new and something different, you know, that McFarlane did. You know, you always find something new. And I like his little thing here. It has a peg hole. So they gave him weaponry that he can't hold. There's no pegs here. There's a peg hole in here, but to where the peg goes in at, I have no idea. So here's his staff right here, and here's his weapon. But he doesn't have hands that can actually hold weapons. So let me break out the other weapon here, which I think is a weapon. So here's this thing. And it looks like some kind of blade. Let me break out the back piece again. Hold on 1 minute. Let me get a close-up of this spellcaster for you guys. Set my camera right here. There we go. And let me take a look at his weaponry again. So he's supposed to hold it, I guess, in this hand. Like so. So I guess the fingers go in like that. I'm looking at the picture. Oh, okay, he holds it like this. Like that. It's supposed to clamp into his hand like that. Okay. So he's got a staff. Yeah, and as you can see in the picture, guys, see in the picture right here, he's got a staff that he can't hold and a weapon that he can't hold. So the staff pretty much, you're just leaning up against him. So here's the story of Spellcaster. Let's read up on the story of Spellcaster. Okay, it's in Old English, so bear with me. Says Mortimus, the spellcaster, has been the ultimate enemy of the wizard Merlin in Camelot for many years. Once a wizard, Mortimus gave himself to the darkest part of evil to become the spellcaster. Now allied with the Skull Queen, the spellcaster's evil magic runs amok through Camelot. If there's one movie I would love to see them do like a movie based on the Dark Ages. I've said this many times in many reviews, guys. Is give us a movie based on these figures, man, because these figures are awesome. I would love to see a Spawn movie based on the Dark Ages. So, guys, here's my little gripe. I really think this figure is really awesome. It's really nicely detailed. I like the reptilian dragon vibe that's going on here. I love this little creature back here. I guess you can have him hold on to this right here if you want to. Or maybe not. Yeah, you can have him hold on like right there, but he doesn't really hold on. I love the detail of this, the Dark Ages. I love the boot. Look at that boot, man. I love what they got going on right here. This dragon's tail on the back end of him, and then he comes up through his body, and he pops out right here out of his shoulder. That's a really, really awesome effect. I really like what they did with his arms. I love the wings. I love the detail. I love the gold, like, bronzeness of this figure. Articulation. That's pretty much it for a 90s figure. Articulation right there. That's... His hand can, like, turn. His arms do go up and down. That arm goes up and down. Overall, very nicely detailed figure, guys. But here's just my little minor gripe with this figure. They gave him hands and they gave him weapons that he can't really hold. And there's a peg hole right here, but there's nothing to peg this thing into. I mean, you can probably use his claw or something. And probably not. So you can't really peg this into anything. And he can't really hold this, which that kind of blows. I mean, maybe put it between his fingers or put it right here. And there's really no way to hold this staff. And then they gave him this other little weapon right here, this axe, which is really, really awesome. But once again, he doesn't have the hands to hold these weapons. So that was kind of the flaw on that part. That kind of blows, because this is not the first Spawn figure that I did a review of where they gave him weapons in which he can't hold because of the design of his hands. Let's take that out of consideration. Overall, he's a very nicely detailed figure. He's really, really unique. Very, very beautifully sculpted. I just love this right here, man. It's such a weird idea that they gave him his foot, the back end of a dragon, and then they brought it up through here. And he has the dragon popping out of his shoulder and his chest area. That's really, really awesome, guys. I mean, that alone should give him like a 10. But I'm not going to give him a 10. Here's his head. His head is... Yeah, it is articulated. It can turn. It was a little stiff. There's this thing popping off. And his things don't really stay all that well. Why they didn't, articulate his wings, or not articulate, but sculpt his wings onto his body is beyond me. But you can peg his wings into it. I do love, like I said, the bronze effect, and then they gave him the green right here. I mean, overall, very nicely sculpted figure, guys. Very well detailed. But he doesn't hold his weapons. Come on. Come on, guys. I can't believe I'm griping about a 20-year-old figure. But overall, man, considering that this figure is over 20 years old, and just the idea of this guy, the sculpt of this guy is just magnificent, man. It's just, I mean, the face is pretty awesome. The head is pretty awesome. I love the chest detail. I love the dragon. And also, I never really paid attention to the dragon wings. Those are not only a part of him, but they can actually be like a part of the dragon as well. So these could be the dragon wings too, popping out of his back. So I never even thought of that. So you have the dragon's bottom right here, the baby dragon, I guess, his tail and his back legs, and then you have the head right here, and then you have the wings too. So they're sharing, the dragon and the spellcaster, they're sharing a body. Here's his arm too, and then this could be the wings of the dragon. So that's pretty awesome, man. I never really thought about that. That's really awesome, and I like how they gave him like the dragon effect too with his arms, because look at his arm. It kind of has like the dragon wings too. That's a really awesome idea, man. So that based alone, and I love the reptilian skin that they gave him as well. So that alone is just a brilliant idea. Like I said, whoever came up with this idea of this figure, man, they're just brilliant. And just beautifully sculpted too. The idea of this is just brilliant. So I'm going to give this, just based on the sculpt alone, man, and the idea of combining like the dragon with this reptilian figure was brilliant. But I can't give it a perfect score because it's not a perfect figure. And it's kind of losing a point because they gave me awesome weapons which he can't hold. So that loses a point right there. So he would be at a 9 if he did hold his weapons, if he could hold his weapons. But because he can't hold his weapons, I'm going to have to give this figure an 8. I mean, overall, the sculpt and the beautiness of this figure is just really awesome, man. I love the reptilian back, the dragon. You can see like the dragon is like trying to escape from his body. Or maybe they're like one together. Maybe it's one of the spellcaster's spells gone wrong. Maybe he was trying to mutate himself into a dragon instead. A dragon mutated and was born from his body. So I love the idea of the Spellcaster, guys. I'm already at the 18-minute mark. I can't believe I spent 18 minutes talking about this figure, but it's definitely unique and it's definitely worth 18 minutes of talking about this figure. So yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10, guys, he's definitely an 8. I can't give him a 10 because he's not that great, but he is pretty awesome. I would have gave him a 9 if he was able to hold his weapons, his staff, and his awesome blade right here that they gave him. But because of that, I'm going to have to subtract a point and give him an 8. And I think 8 is a fair score for this figure because he is awesome. The face sculpt is awesome. The dragon coming out of his body and a part of his body is pretty damn awesome. So I like this figure more now that I have him out the package, now that I see what's going on with this figure, you know what I mean? He's a really awesome figure. I do recommend him, guys, if you are looking to purchase a Spawn figure. And yeah, I am not disappointed with this series, guys. Series 11, The Dark Ages, is definitely one of the best series of Spawn. I suggest go picking it up. You can find these figures for really cheap right now. And there you guys have it. There was my little review of Spawn the Dark Ages Spellcaster. 20 years old, man, and this figure is still awesome. So, there you guys have it. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to receive more cool, awesome reviews like this. There you guys have it, man. Very awesome figure. There you have it. Spellcaster from Spawn the Dark Ages Series 11. Go pick up the entire series. Very awesome series. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!